7 of Forward Progress. This is Mike. My name's Thomas. We're going to go ahead and jump right in with the Storm at the Jets. And I think this is going to be the game of the week. I think it's going to be a close game. Looking at the team scoring charts, I think that they're really similar and, their ups and downs. And I mean, it was kind of weird just looking at the lines. They're almost, right on top of each other. But I think what's really going to be big is for a quiet Storm, Adrian Peterson and Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers has a nice matchup this week, and Peterson's playing Pittsburgh, which could scare a lot of fantasy owners. But I think that, Pittsburgh just lost Aaron Smith, their defensive end, and he's, vital for that run defense. And so I think that Storm's going to run away with this one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a very, very good game. I think Adrian Peterson going up against Pittsburgh defense is going to be very, very tough. They're definitely going to stop him. I think they'll let Brett Favre pass all they want. I think there's going to be some interceptions this game. Brett Favre's going to, but that Brett Favre doesn't have nothing to do with it. But Peterson basically is going to be stopped, and so that's the whole point. Is that I think they're going to lose because they're not getting very many points from him. But I still think though one of them will pick up a kicker. I think that's going to be decisive because that probably would be a very, very close game. And so that's how I'm going to go with the Jets. So just by a squeaker.
All right. Next game is the L Train at the 11. You want to go ahead and talk about that one?
L Train at 11. Well, L Train's they definitely going to have to start dismantling their team. He doesn't really have too much more really there to trade, but he kind of held on to Daniel Thompson way too long. But it's going to be a struggle for him to start building back up this team. He's going to be probably down this year and maybe next. Quince 11, they're getting stronger all the time. He tries to make trades here and there, but I think he definitely has a better team. I think he's a surprise team. I don't think he's still going to be there towards the end of the year, but we'll see. But I think I'll give him the edge on this game.
I'm actually going to go with L Train on this one, which is weird picking against myself. Done that a couple times. So far, it's worked out pretty well. I've got 4 players on the bye week, on their bye weeks this week: a linebacker, a safety, a wide receiver. So that really concerns me. L Train, not that good of a team. But they do have LT, and LT is, there's a 50-50 chance he might do good this week, possibly. And so I'm gonna, cover myself and just say that L Train's gonna win this game, and if I'm wrong, I'll actually be happy this time that I'm actually wrong.
Okay.
Alright, so next we'll go to your game, which is Spartacus at Boston. I think you're gonna win this game. I think you've got better linebackers, and that's really what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, I just Spartacus. I tell you the truth, he needs to pick up some better linebackers there. I think he's the one that has a fox hunter. I just can't see him doing much this year with that. He might be winning a few games. He may be 3-3 right now, but he needs to make a trade or two here. But yeah, I really believe that I'm going to win this game. That's going to be a very strong game for me to win. I need it, that's for sure. And but I think at the end you'll see that Boston wins this game.
Then next we've got the Connections at the Heroes. I'm picking Connections for this one. I don't know why. I just have this gut feeling that Beeson's going to have a big game, and I think that'll do it for Connections. I'll give them a win.
Well, definitely the linebackers on both these teams are very well, are very good for both teams, but I think Brady's going to really have a big game with points. I can't remember who he plays against. He plays against a very weak team. I think it's Tampa Bay. Yeah, but I do believe that Brady's going to get a lot of points because of it. Tampa Bay is just very, very weak, and but right now I just believe that Connection's going to start winning a lot of games. I also predict that they still will not only make the playoffs, but I think they're going to go very far into the playoffs.
All right, that's a pretty bold prediction. I've got Mini Dickers at Papa's. I think I'm going to go with Papa's on this one. I think that they've got the better linebackers. I think it'll be interesting to see Crabtree starting for the 49ers this week. Looks like again, I don't like the guy. I don't think he's worth picking up this year. Papas is starting him at least as of right now. He's in the starting lineup. I think that it could be a 0 for him, but at the same time, it could be quite a few points depending on how Singletary wants to use Crabtree.
Yeah, Dick is it's a surprise team in the league, and as I look at their roster, there it just seems like I don't know why they keep winning there. But the linebackers, he's starting fair, and right now that's going to be very, very weak against the Papa's linebackers. And Papa's got a very strong team, and Papa's going to be doing good this year. But I don't see Dick as winning this game, and I don't see Dick as actually continue winning. I think eventually he'll start losing some games.
Next I've got Robert Rowdy's at the heels, and I think this is one of those things. It's just a gut feeling, and I think the heels are going to get their first win this week. I think it'll be pretty big upset. I think it'll come down to Drew Brees is playing Miami. Peyton Manning has St. Louis. I think the Colts will probably end up getting ahead in that game, running the ball a lot. So I think Manning he'll have maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think Brees. Miami's one of those teams that they're kind of competitive. They're kind of on the fringe, and so I think that Brees will end up he'll still be passing late in the game. So I think have 3 to 4 more touchdowns. Well, not more touchdowns, but 3 to 4 touchdowns. So I think that'll help him out a whole lot. And running back wise, I think Rowdy's has the edge. The wide receivers, I think it's about even. Looking at the linebackers, I think that it could go either way. Rowdy's has got DeMarcus Ware, who's really just been inconsistent, and so I think the Heels are going to get the first one this week.
Well, the Heels ain't going to win this week at all. I don't know where you come up with all that, but it's just that Manning's he's going to be in there. I don't think they're going to run all over St. Louis like some teams think. But I don't believe Rams are going to win. But I believe Manning's going to be playing the majority of the game, and he's going to score a lot of points. But it's just interesting that that's about really all the Hills got, and probably the best thing he could do is I look at his lineup that he needs to probably start trading him so he can get a strong team. He could probably put him on the block and actually and let people come to him, and he waits patiently. I think he could get a lot for Brees, that's for sure. And rebuild that team. With that team right now, it's very, very bad. But it's kind of interesting. He's got Bell versus Thomas, New Orleans running backs against each other. Thomas has got control of that, and I don't know why he's playing Bell, but that's the Hills.
All right. Next game is the Quincy Movement at the Butt Mites. I'm gonna go with Andy on this one. The Quincy Movement, and I think this will be a close game. I think Butt Mites overall has a better roster. My gut's just telling me to go with Andy. I think it's one of those games that's going to come down to how many points are your linebackers going to make. But also I think that it'll be interesting. Quincy Movement has D'Angelo Williams. He's got a really good matchup at Buffalo. But Cedric Benson, who's surprised me this year really a whole lot. Not a guy that I'm real high on, but he's playing his former team Chicago. Who this week he was talking about how he felt like Chicago was. After they released him was, kind of treating him like dirt, and I think that'll be interesting to see how he retaliates against his old team, and so I think it'll be a real interesting thing to watch as far as fantasy points go.
Yeah, I think movement versus Butt Mites that was very hard to pick. It was just as hard as the Jets and Storm, but movements if they win, I got them by 1. They win just because of the fact Warner I think is going to score more points than Eli Manning by far. That's for sure, but that'd be an interesting game to watch. But it's definitely a hard team to pick. But both these Butt Mites and Quincy Movement has changed their team completely. I know that I just made a trade with Butt Mites. So I traded him Chad Ochocinco, and I think I kind of made a little bit more of an improvement on Butt Mites team. But Movement too, that he's very busy in trades every year. He maxes out his trades during the middle of the year. So, but definitely I think Movement's going to win that one.
All right. This is Forward Progress. That's all we got for you this week. Go ahead and join us next week.